Hello, this is Craig from bitsbox.co.uk. I'm once again joined by Wayne.
Hello.
This is the 8th mission in our narrative campaign for Tainting of Odessos. This mission is called Last Sacrifice. This is a 5,000 point mission, so we're going to just do it in like a recap style, otherwise the video will just be so long. So, basically, we're still in Hive Tertius, and the Chaos sort of took over a massive Imperial palace, which they are now defending from the Death Claw of Krieg and other Imperial forces. So we'll just get straight to it and we'll show you our setup and the armies and we will begin. So here's the board and 5,000 points. We have a lot of miles between us. There's even more chaos hiding behind the palace. Here is the palace, big centerpiece. So we thought we'd have to use it in the campaign at some point. So here is the 5,000 points off the Imperium side. Wayne's gonna talk us through it. So wherever you want to start.
Okay, we'll go across.
Okay.
So I have a Bane Wolf with the poison AP2 cannon with multi-melta, 3 attack bikes using the White Scar doctrine, a squad of 5 with combi grav on this guy and 2 grav guns. Then I have the Cerastus Chastigator Knight, from which Craig has let me use because it's gorgeous.
One of my favourite models.
A Storm Lord, 2 units of Krieg, one with Flamer, one with Grenade Launcher. There's another one there with Flamer as well. A Lehman Russ Executioner with the Plasma Cannon and Plasma Sponsons. Another Bane Wolf with multi-melta. A Eradicator with heavy bolter sponsons. There's another 2 squads of Krieg there with a melter gun and a flamer. A normal Lehman Russ with a heavy bolter. 6 Death Riders. Some more Krieg there, and there's 2 more squads underneath with flamer and grenade launchers. 3 las cannons. My company command squad with Master of the Ordnance, and my Death Rider command squad hiding at the back here with Commissar, and then I have a squad of 2 heavy mortars and 2 FUD guns. And then that's not it, obviously. Inside the Storm Lord down here I have 2 platoon command squads, one with 4 plasma, one with 4 melter guns with a commissar each, a squad of 10 grenadiers with heavy flamer and flamer, and 3 centurions from the Emerald bases. And then I have Chapter Master Killmister with a squad of 5 with 2 grav guns and a combi grav, Captain Kuzoltson using Vulcan stats with a squad of 6 stern guard with 2 heavy flamers, 4 combi flamers, a command squad with 5 melter guns, and another 5 stern guard with 5 combi melters, and they're all in drop pods. And Killmister's outflanking.
Okay, so that's 5,000 points on the Imperium. It only took you 3 minutes to talk us through, so that wasn't too bad. So now we'll look at see what the Chaos have got. Okay, so we'll start around here with all the Chaos, and I'll start with the 2 HQ units, Dracos and Manslayer, and they're up on the balconies, sort of overseeing the battle, but they will be involved. So we have a Greater Brass Scorpion of Khorne, and then behind him we have a Land Raider with 8 Khorne Berserkers. Inside they have 2 with Plasma Pistols and then a Champion with Plasma Pistol and Power Fist. We have a Rhino with 7 Plague Marines with 2 Flamers. And then we have a Mauler Fiend. Coming along the front, we have 5 Nurgle Bikers with 2 Melter Guns and a Power Fist, 5 Nurgle Spawn, and a Vindicator. There's 2 squads of 20 zombies with a Champion, and then there's a Soul Grinder. Up on the towers, we have 2 Havoc squads with 2 las cannons and 2 auto cannons. So I come round the back, we have a Plague Marine squad up the top with 2 plasma guns, We have 15 Chaos Cultists with a heavy stubber and just auto guns. Demon Prince and Nurgle hiding around the back. We have some Skitarii, so we have 10 Vanguard and then 5 Rangers with Sniper. We also have another Mauler Fiend and another Rhino with Plague Marines, this time with 2 Melter Guns. We have the Bloodthirster of Khorne, and we also have a Knight, which is a Knight Errant, I believe, with a big melter weapon. So in reserves, just in reserves for me, I have 3 Obliterators. They're all individual. And then we have a Plague Drone and a Helldrake, and then all the models here are just what's in the transport. So that's 5,000 points of chaos. I don't think I've missed anything. Okay, so yeah, this is a recap battle report. So we're just going to show you the end of each turn. So we'll get playing and we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so quick overview of the board after turn 1. It's not been a great turn for chaos, but it's not been a superb campaign for them either. Basically, chaos went first, so I had to move a lot of stuff forward. What we're doing is just laying stuff down what's been killed, so just so we know what's happened and you can see what's happened. Start with big things. Salamanders have dropped in with their melters and they've done really well. They've got the Knight down to just a single hull point, so he's probably going to die quite soon. And they've also got over here got the Brass Scorpion down to 4, although he's probably going to wreak some revenge after that. 3 of the spawn have died. They took a lot of shells from the mortar team at the far end there. The poor Vindicator didn't get to do anything either. The Grab Centurions in there managed to finish him off. Basically, Chaos didn't actually cause any damage themselves, I'm afraid. We just didn't have the range. But now everything's coming up closer. Hopefully we can start doing some damage. A lot of stuff in the Death Corps and Space Marines have just like turbo boosted or moved flat out to come forward. So it's not been massive amount of shooting, but for the Imperium at least it has been effective. So we're now going to go play turn 2 and then we'll be back. Okay, so at the end of Chaos turn 2 there's quite a lot to recap. So we'll start off by what came in via reserve. So 2 of my Obliterators came in, and this one fired his multi-melter into the back of that Leman Russ and destroyed it, taking a few of these guardsmen with him. This one jumped in and just assault cannoned the back of these Death Riders and killed one of them. Over here, the Helldrake came in and bale flamed some bikes, and then we only managed to kill 3 of them. And then the Plague Drone came in and put its template over there and killed a few guardsmen. So what else is there to recap? Yep, okay, so as Wayne said, the Brass Scorpion fired at these team guns here, the FUD guns over there, and killed most of the crew apart from 1. And his blast scattered and killed one of these las cannon guys. The bikes came in and killed all the Death Riders in combat, or they lost a bike themselves. We had a few shots from one of the Havoc squads onto this tank, and the Knight came in and finished it off. The drop pods and the Marines that came in, they're all dead. A couple of melter gun shots out of this Rhino took out a couple of Marines, and then the Zombies and Demon Prince finished them off in combat. The 2 Mauler Fiends just killed off the drop pods. This one was already weakened by the Havoc squad up here. This squad was actually just killed in the shooting phase with the Plague Marines. I can see them just on top of the building there, firing their plasmas and bolt guns into them. They killed them, and also a couple of flamers out of the top of that Rhino. So they killed all them in combat, so the spawn didn't manage to get in the end, but they went over there just in case. And I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but that's about all I can remember. I think that's everything. The Soul Grinder did shoot as well, didn't he? I'm just trying to...
He's what killed that.
Oh, it was him who killed that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and there must have been... Yeah, sorry, it was a blast from the Greater Brass Scorpion what killed these guys on the crew, and it was his blast. Sorry what scattered on there. And the Bloodthirster's just jumped down here. He's now changed flight modes, so hopefully he can survive the next turn and then start getting into combat. So that's how the board's looking at the end of Chaos turn 2, so we'll now go into the Imperium turn 2. Okay, so at the end of the Imperium turn 2, we've had Killmister come in and he's outflanked. He's come over here and this squad has shot a load of grav into the back of this Land Raider, which is now down to 1 whole point and is immobilised. Let's see what else we've had. One of the bikes has died from mass lasgun fire, but 3 of them still remain. This squad have gone after this Obliterator, but only managed to take a single wound off him. However, the other Obliterator is dead, and these 2 grav bikes around here, and they're the ones who killed him. My poor Chaos Knight is now just a flaming pair of legs. He was killed by these multi-melters. The Grav Centurions in here shot a load of shots at the Soul Grinder, and he's now down to 2 hull points, and is of course immobilised as well. This squad dropped in and just did so much flamer damage, they managed to kill this whole zombie squad. This Rhino was killed
By Cerastus.
that was by the Knight, who's just looking lovely over there. He killed this Rhino, and the Plague Marines inside lost 3 models from the mortars over there. And the Thud Gun fired up on here and killed 4 of the Havocs, so there's only 1 las cannon left.
I orbital bombarded the Scutari there,
Yes.
and then they ran away like little girls.
Yes, they decided to run quite fast, so they're all the way down the bottom there. And these 5 are casualties. But apart from that, there's 1 cultist who died as well, wasn't there, from something? That was right at the beginning of the... Was that the beginning of the turn, or was that...
Yeah.
I can't even remember what it was.
And I killed 2 of the spawns.
Oh yeah, the spawn have been finished off as well.
That was about it. Not too bad.
Yeah, and then that Rhino there's took a whole point and lost a weapon as well. Was that from the las cannon teams, maybe they fired?
I can't remember offhand.
Yeah, so unfortunately when you play such a big game with long turns, you seem to forget the beginning. This tank took a wound off the Bloodthirster as well, I must mention. But I think that's, yeah, as far as the end of the turn goes. I mean, I think Chaos held out not too bad there. Obviously losing the Knight's a big blow, but with 1 whole point left he was always in trouble really, and I didn't really expect this whole squad of zombies to die so easily, but they just got barbecued. I think that's something like 28 saves I had to make on, or feel no pains I had to make on that squad, so yeah. So yeah, lots of death and destruction. And what we're going to do now is we're going to have a little panoramic shot around the board once the casualties have been removed to show you what's left, and then we will go into turn 3. Okay, so oh yeah, the first thing that happened was my other obliterator came in, mishapped because he landed on this guy's sword and he died. So that was a fun start to a turn. So the Helldrake came in and just flamed this squad, so this command squad is just toast. This obliterator toasted this squad and then he's now in combat with them, but he couldn't do any wounds in combat. So we'll come around here. I might just charge the Bloodthirster in on the knight. It's a bit suicidal, but he's just going to get shot down if not. He did manage to take a whole point off it though, and himself took a wound. This Plague Wound squad jumped forward and took a whole point off this tank and caused weapon destroyed, so it's lost its multi-motor. Lots going on over here. Mulgren jumped down and used the Plague Wind power and took out some of this squad. They also took a few shots from these Havocs. And then the Mauler Fiend jumped in and yeah, so we've actually got a first Space Marine casualty in the form of Kuzoltson. So he died, he took 2 wounds from shooting and 2 from Mauler Fiend, so he's actually dead and there's only 2 guys left in this squad. So, I think Sakatari did shoot at them as well and took some wounds off there. This Demon Princess jumped in over here and killed 2 attack bikes and one's down to 1 wound, so they'll probably be finished off next turn. So we'll go round the table. These Katari are still running. They couldn't regroup. So we'll go around the back here. The Berserkers jumped out and they attempted to shoot the squad but didn't have much luck, but they ran into combat and killed 3 of the bikes, but as you can see there's only 2 of them now left standing, so they're in a bit of trouble. The Brass Scorpion jumped in on this Lehman Russ and killed it. In the shooting phase he put a large blast over here and killed a few guys, and he also killed one of the weapons team. The Plague Drone came in and flamed over here, and the Land Raider over here shot a las cannon at one of the poor little guardsmen. And I believe that's it for the end of Chaos turn 3. So now we'll go into the Imperium turn 3, see what they can do. Okay, so at the end of the Imperium turn, they've managed to take quite a few whole points off the Brass Scorpion, so he's now down to 1. They sent a lot of firepower after him, but just couldn't finish him off. So fortunately for me, they have killed the Bloodthirster though. He got finished off in combat, although he did take another whole point off the knight. This squad got flamed by the tank, but only 2 of them died. Another Marine died over here in combat. So we'll go around the back again. A couple of Scutari got killed, and yep, they do need leadership tests, so we'll just quickly do it now. So again, they're running like the others, and they're going down 8 inches, so they'll be jumping down to the bottom. We'll do that in a minute. The Corn Berserkers got finished off as expected.
Oh yeah, the Havoc.
Oh, and this Havoc squad
Got mulched by the Stormlord.
Yep, Stormlord. Oh, sorry, not that Havoc squad.
That Havoc.
This Havoc squad. Stormlord got shot at and just completely finished them off. And then this guy's still up there on his own. Over here, the Death Riders joined in this combat and managed to kill 2 more of the bikes, but they lost their leader in the challenge. A couple more guardsmen died over here, so there's just 1 left in that assault now. And I believe that is it, because yeah, like I said, a lot of firepower just went into the Greater Brass Scorpion, who's now down to 1 whole point. So we'll clean up the dead and we'll go into the next Chaos turn. Okay, so we're at the end of the Chaos turn now. That's been quite an eventful turn. I put both flyers into hover mode so they can do some damage. As you can see, this weapon team's been finished off. The Helldrakes killed a whole line of guardsmen there. The Soul Grinder dropped a pie plate over here and killed a load of guardsmen. This bike got finished off in combat, unfortunately, but the Mauler Fiend came in and took a couple of Death Riders with him. The Brass Scorpion came in and took 7 hull points off the Storm Lord. Really impressive, and the Demon Prince tried to finish him off, but just failed, unfortunately, which is a shame. Malgren joined in this combat, but couldn't do any damage, unfortunately. And Dracnos and some zombies charged in over here, but poor Dracnos fell to the blade of Killmister, which is very unfortunate. And I think that was it for the Chaos turn. Just very quick. So next up, we'll go into the Imperium turn. So this is the board at the end of the Imperium turn. I finished off this Obliterator, and the Helldrake took some shots from some Melter guys in the back of here. He lost a whole point from that, and then these guys charged in as he was only hovering there, and they managed to take a whole point off him. He's also immobilized from the Melter shots as well, unfortunately. The Greater Brass Scorpion is now dead. That's pretty obvious, as he was only down to the 1 whole point. So, what can you remember what shot at him?
The Lehman Russ.
That was the Lehman Russ over there.
Away.
That's right, yeah, that Lehman Russ down there finished him off. The Grav Centurions inside here, who have been really effective so far, they just completely destroyed the Demon Prince, so he didn't really stand much chance. The Knight took another whole point off the Soul Grinder, so he's now down to 1. He did try to charge, but couldn't make it. These Plague Marines were flamed, but they survived, and Mulgren finished off the last Salamander in this assault. The mortar teams over there, right over there, they dropped some mortars over here on the Plague Marines and the Rhino, and managed to destroy the Rhino and most of the Plague Marine squad. A few of the zombies have died in that combat with the bikes. A couple of las cannon shots finished off my Havoc up there. And then in here, one of the cultists did take a hit from a heavy bolter, so he's also dead. And I think...
Just the...
oh yes, of course, and there's this combat over here where the Mauler Fiend was finished off, but he took a Death Rider down with him. So, I think Chaos were doing quite well at one point in this game, but it's starting to turn more in favour now of the Imperium. So we're now going to go into our final turn. And before that, we're going to show you a little panoramic shot again around the table, and then we'll go into a final turn. So, we shall see you then. Okay, so at the end of the Chaos turn, they did manage to kill this Hellhound with the Mauler Fiend. They took a wound off the drop pod just with a random sniper shot from the Scutari. The Plague Marines just jumped in after the bikes. They thought why not, but they did die, and then the bikes have hit and run away. So I think the Plague Marines would have been dead either way, but it was worth jumping in there. The Helldrake's now dead from this combat, but he did manage to take all these guys down first. And this Blight Drone came down here and flamed these guys, but unfortunately. Can only take down one. And I think that is it, isn't it? It was a very short turn, that one.
You killed the hand.
Yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning, yeah. But yeah, that is it. So yeah, just a final Imperium turn now, where they'll probably take down a few more of the poor Chaos, who haven't had a great campaign. So we'll be back at the end of the game. So this is a board at the end of the game, and as you can see, there's just smoke everywhere from wreckages of vehicles. It's just crazy. So what happened in the final turn? Well, the Knight charged a Mauler Fiend, and that was the end of him. And the Vulcan Mega Bolter from there shot down our poor Chaos Sorcerer Morgan Glutwort. So again, he's also dead. The bikes over there, they killed that Land Raider off. And Chapter Master Killmister went after the Soul Grinder, and he did manage to kill him at the expense of losing 2 more wounds. So he got down to just a single wound. The Blight Drone was destroyed.
By Grav Centurions.
That's by the Grav Centurions in there. So they've been brilliant, and the Mortar teams have also been really good. I think they've finished off. They killed a couple more zombies, but they've done very well throughout.
That was about it, I think.
That was about it. Yeah, it was just a very quick turn there, but yeah, we kept all the vehicles on the smoke, and there's quite a sight at the end of the game. So yeah, it's we didn't even mention what the victory conditions were at the beginning of the game. We just got a bit too enthusiastic, I think. Basically, whoever has the most number of points left on the table at the end of turn 5 wins. I think it's pretty obvious that it is the Imperium again, unfortunately for Chaos. However, again, it's been very close, which is good. I mean, this Stormlord is just so close to dying. We were very unlucky not to kill that. And of course, for Knights, a lot of points. So, and in terms of what Chaos have left, they have 2 zombies, 1 Plague Marine, and then just a few guys behind the building. There's still some Qatari. I didn't really bother with these guys towards the end, because by the time they'd got back into range of anything, the game would have been over. And there's just a few Collists on here and some Plague Marines. They didn't really do too much between them, as most stuff was just too far out of range, really. I expected more stuff to get a bit closer, but by dropping in Flyers and Obliterators, I did sort of go after the backfield a bit and maybe stop them coming forward as much. And then the other stuff just had enough stuff to deal with beforehand, really, and they dealt with it well. So yeah, another Imperium victory. Unfortunately, it's been an interesting campaign, sort of mostly for the Chaos, as we've come very close. But no, it's a really enjoyable game, and I hope you enjoy the recap format. It's not something I'm a massive fan of, but on a game of this size, I mean, we've played it over 2 days as well. So a game of this size, you sort of have to, otherwise we'll just have such a long video. It's bad enough of me rambling on at the end. So all that's left is a handshake. We have 1 mission left, so we shall see you in the next video. So as always, we did forget in the last video, but we won't forget this time. We got character death. So Morgan, that's a 4. He has a +1 for being a major character, but he has -1 for already carrying wounds. So that's just a major wounded lower. So he doesn't die. And then Dracnos has a 3. So that just goes up to 4. So he's the same. And then we have Cruzoltson, who Wayne's going to roll for.
So he's fine.
So he's fine. Okay, so we'll see you next video.